Hello friends, today I will discuss about the advantages and disadvantages of the IoT, right? So I have already discussed some advantages and disadvantages during the discussion of the features of IoT and the introduction to IoT. Okay, first we'll discuss about what are the advantages of the IoT, Internet of Things, right? So mainly first, I have one. First one is the reducing human efforts. Okay, so how can you reduce the human efforts? Normally, suppose you want to turn on the light bulb, okay, which is there in your bedroom. For that, but you are in outside, already you have locked the room for going outside, right? So how can you, by that time you remember that the light fan is switched on already in your bedroom, okay? So when you close the door, that time it will be automatically turned off, okay? There will be the one sensor should be there in your front door, which can turn off the light bulb, okay? Either it is in this way, or you can do in different way, like you have the mobile phone, and you have downloaded one software application, and this you can do by using your mobile phone also, right? So that's why we can tell that if you use the IoT system, IoT platform, we can drastically reduce the human effort, right? Rather going to the bedroom, you can directly turn off the light bulb which is there in your bedroom, right? So next is the save time and cost. Save time means if you are in hurry and you want to go somewhere, okay, immediately, but that time you remember already all the light and fans are already on in your room. How can you turn off all these things because you are in hurry? So when you close the each and every door, or when you close the front door, that time automatically all the light bulb will be turned off, right? So that means you are saving so much time, right? So if you go each and every room, it will take 1 minute, right? So you can reduce the time. And how can you reduce the cost? Because sometimes if you turn on the light and if you went already outside and you remember that already that light is turned on, okay, but when you close the door, that time if it is applicable, then there will be no cost. The power will be no consume, okay, electric power will not consume. If the light is already turned on the entire day and you have already went out, so that means the electric power will be, there will be the high cost. The electrical power will be consumed, and you have to submit the electric bill, okay, high rate of electric bill. That means the save time and the save cost, okay. Third is the enhance data collection. Okay, enhanced data collection means I have already one point why the world needs IoT. That time I told that more data and the better decision, right? So here enhanced data collection. Normally, suppose you are not using the IoT and you want to collect the temperature. You have already one thermometer. By using the thermometer, you can collect the temperature of the room. Okay, this is without IoT, right? With IoT means you have to connect the one IoT system will be there. Here the temperature sensor is connected, and using the internet you can check the temperature data in the your mobile interface, right? So this is the IoT. But when you think about this, suppose you want to know, you have the one farmhouse. In farmhouse you have the you need to know the temperature data, what is the air quality, what is the water pollution. If any water pollution is there, you have the one farmhouse in that you have one pond, right? So you want to know is there any the water pollution in your farmhouse and the air pollution, what is the humidity, So before going to the pharmacy, you need to know the what is the climate and what is the thing, water pollution and anything is there in your farmhouse. This you can remotely collect it by using the IoT device. You can connect one IoT device in your farmhouse, and that will transfer the data through the cloud and internet on your mobile phone, right? So rather collecting data only your home, you are not collecting data from your home. You can collect the data from your farmhouse, which is far away from you, right? So that's why it enhances the data collection, right? More data, more decision you can take. Okay, more data means more decision you can take, right? Next is the so that means that you can increase the, so you have the one room and which is far away and one farmhouse is there, right? So data, all the data will be transferred through the hub, through the network. Okay, this is farmhouse. Okay, all the data will transfer on your home. The mobile phone is there. You can transfer all the data through the network. So not only getting data from your home, you can get the data from your farmhouse also, right? So remotely you can take the data, right? Fourth one is useful in safety concern. Okay, useful in safety concern means, and suppose any forest, any fire in forest, anything, any earthquake, anything will happen in forest, and any tourist place, and you want to go that place. So for that, before going to happen this thing, you can get the idea about this. What is the any climate, any disaster will be there. This thing you can know by using the IoT device. Okay. Another thing is that suppose one car incident will happen, right? So in a car, one sensor is connected. So if car is crashed, okay, or any incident will happen, then automatically the danger signal will go to the any higher authority or hospital management, and they can take the necessary action immediately. Okay, so one SM, one star, one device is built up. This can give a signal from if anything, any car incident is happened. Okay, so the warning signal will come to the user or in the hospital management, so that they can take the better decision, right? They can take the action immediately, right? So there is useful in safety concern. Okay, and another thing is to in any disaster will happen or any fire. In a fire forest, okay, you can connect the IoT device if any fire is there in forest, and already some users are already doing something in forest. Okay, so immediately you will get some warning signal, and they can immediately, you can take a necessary action for those users, right? So that means useful in safety concern. That is also one of the most important features of IoT or advantages of IoT, useful in safety concern, right? The fifth is the useful in health concern also. Okay, so the health benefits, wellness, these things are most necessary purpose in coming IoT feature. Okay, because those who are very much concerned about the health, okay, they normally they can use the wearable electronic devices which is based on the IoT, and these devices can measure the each and every health parameter of users, right? Like temperature, pressure, blood sugar data, anything, whatever parameters are associated with our health. So they can monitor all the parameters, and if any ups and down is there, in health parameter, so you can take proper medication in private. Okay, so this That's why it is the useful in health concern. Another thing is that suppose you are in remote area and you have some disease, rather going for visiting to the doctor, you can get a proper medication, okay, proper medication by using your IoT device, okay. So whatever diseases are there, you can upload those devices, those diseases, or this disease will be detected from your body, and this thing will be transferred into the cloud, and which can be monitored by the some doctor, okay. So accordingly they can prescribe something. So rather going to doctor chamber, you can easily do the proper medication, right? So this is the useful in the health concern. And upcoming lecture I will discuss about the how the IoT device can be useful for health care applications, okay. This we will discuss in upcoming lecture. So these are the most important features, and apart from the lots of features and advantages are there. So now I am going to discuss about the disadvantages. Disadvantages. So first is the security. Security issue. Okay. Security issue means so normally the network hub is one of the important parameter for IoT. So each and every component of the IoTs are connected with the network hub, right? So when you place something in transfer something through the internet, there will be a high risk of the network attack, okay. So lots of Trojan malware functions are there which can attack your data, okay, and they can and you will lose your data, okay. They can attack your data and they will transfer the data in the other user, and you will lose your data, right? So that is the security issue. Security issue is the one of the important parameter. Second is the privacy. Privacy issue. So this is similar to the security issue only. When suppose you are sending your health parameter, some personal information, okay, for some application you are sending your personal information into the cloud, and which can be detected by if there is no confidential, okay, username and password, so some other user can detect, you can see your personal data. So that is the privacy issue. So when it comes to the network, so that security and privacy issue will be there in the IoT. Either network hub, you will have the security and privacy issue. These are the most common disadvantages of the IoT. Okay. So third is the higher rate of employability. Okay, so you just so some skilled worker, or they can lose their job due to the development of the IoT device. Why suppose you think about the Zomato. Okay, Zomato can order. So by using the Zomato app, you can order the item, maybe the any kind of the grocery or any kind of the food item you can order. So the Zomato partner, they can deliver this thing. But if automatically by using a mobile phone or by using the smart fridge, if it automatically with automation, if it's automatically happen, rather going by using the Zomato app, the smart fridge automatically purchase something from the internet, right? So that means there will be the unemployment issue. Okay, Zomato app or Zomato partner, Zomato delivery boy is not required, because the smart fridge is automatically doing this thing, right? So that's why there is the unemployability issue. Okay. Fourth is the complex system. Complex system means so for designing the IoT, you need a lots of sensor, actuator, microcontroller, network hub, cloud computing, or lots of components are required. Okay, so if you want to gain high efficient IoT device, so for that lots of components are required. So that's why more components means more complexity should be there. You need to update the data, you need to test the entire system whether it is working proper or not. These things are most important disadvantages. Okay, to enable the IoT system you need to update, you need to check the entire IoT systems properly, right? So this is the complex system complex. Fifth is the corruption of entire system. Okay, so if sensor, network, hub and the actuator, these three main components are required. If there is any bug in the sensor, so the entire system will corrupted. Without sensor you cannot do anything. Or without, if there is any issue in the network, and without network you cannot do anything, right? So these things are, so that means the corruption of the entire system. Higher chance of the corruption of the entire system if any one component is going to be distorted. Okay, so this is the fifth point. The sixth point is the network. Higher dependency of the network. Without internet, there is no concept of the dependency of network. Okay, without the network, you cannot do anything in the IoT. Okay, so that's why there is one of the disadvantages. This is higher dependency of the network. If there is no network, there is the IoT system will not work. Okay, so in the coming lecture, I will discuss about the some challenges and some 2020 IoT devices, most common IoT devices. So please like, share and subscribe my channel.